I don't care what your grandmother says. Rick Astley is black. Greetings, chuckleheads! Today we're gonna finish one up for ya. So, without further ado, let's dig in!
So what you're looking at is reportedly the result of a bomb threat in Kansas City. And you know what's interesting about this? Democrats currently have the Department of Homeland Security not being funded, and it's partially shut down. And the reason they have Homeland Security defunded or partially shut down is because they don't like the fact that they're enforcing our immigration laws.
Do they care about the American people, the country? Do they hate us?
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
That is crazy. But you know, it actually checks out, because let's go back to the most recent State of the Union.
So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Democrats stayed seated. They do not agree with that. So, I mean, it checks out. Jeffrey, why does it check out? Well, let's think about this. The census counts bodies, it counts humans, not just citizens. Now, the census is how we determine apportionment, how many members of the House each state gets, along with how many electoral votes each state gets. When we are deporting illegal aliens from Democrat states, that is hurting them electorally. Democrat-ran states are already losing Americans to red states via domestic migration. So Americans are moving from blue states to red states because they like the quality of life better in red states. So the only way for Democrats to offset those losses and keep their power for the next census, keep the amount of electoral votes they get, keep the number of House of Representatives they get, the only way to maintain that number is to have aliens come into their states. Whether they're legal or illegal, it doesn't matter because both still count for the census. So right now, Democrats are actively more focused on trying to maintain their political power than they are about actively protecting American citizens. And they showed us they do not believe in prioritizing American citizens over illegal aliens. So it's wild to see them prioritize their own political power over actually keeping the people they govern safe. Again, we're in the middle of combat with the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. And Democrats are fine keeping DHS defunded. Again, their priority is not the American people, it's power. But anyway, that's all I've got for now.
Jiminy Christmas! Imagine if illegal aliens consistently voted Republican. Oh, hell yeah! Super! You got it there, Chief!
I have, across platforms, probably over 800,000 followers that are all single men. That's why they follow me for dating advice. And I get thousands of messages every day from attractive guys that cannot get a date. And the messages are fucking sad. Girls are not aware of the crisis out there that men are facing in the dating world. I don't think you can speak on it because you don't know about it. You don't see them. You have no idea how sad it is. I cry about it when I read the messages.
Bro, have you seen Joe? Have you seen Joe, bro?
Who's Joe?
Joe Mama!
You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he tryna get this money for the rent, for the Cadillacs and gas money spent, will cause a whole lot of bitches jumping shit. You know it's hard out
When you say I don't chase women, my first initial thought is, well, then go find your man. You likely aren't making plans. You aren't initiating conversation. Your text messages are really dry. What are you doing? Are you wanting the woman to chase you? Because if that's the case, then you probably aren't even into women. You're probably into men. I just don't get it when men say things like this. You probably don't text first in the morning. You don't say good morning. You don't say good night. You don't check in. Like, you want to be single. That's what you should be. If you're not pursuing a woman, then you want to be a woman. Like, this is the problem with guys nowadays. They're so fucking feminine that they want the women to do their job. No.
E-E-T-R-O-L. Huh. That's a funny way to spell water. This'll cool you off, George.
The so-called male entitlements are a joke and should not extend beyond satire. And by no means should a man act like or take on the mindset of a woman. On those things, she and I can agree. Where we may disagree is the liberties with which she takes to criticize men in general. These days it's just par for the course, but really what all this boils down to is entitlement and or lack of codependence. It seems many women feel entitled to male traditional behavior without any reciprocation. And the lack of codependence, look, when you get into a relationship, you have to rely on another person. You can't be independent and codependent at the same time. It just doesn't work. Relationships that flourish are entirely codependent.
Yes!
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
A word of caution to this tale.
Excuse me? Okay, fine. I'm cool. I'm fine.
Greatest threat to the United States of America is not what people think. It's not a foreign enemy across the sea. It's not a terrorist sneaking across the border. It's not some radical group trying to destroy us from the outside or even the inside. Now, I don't want anyone to misconstrue anything that I just said, because all those things that I just mentioned are in fact serious threats, and they should be taken care of immediately. But those are not the greatest threat. Those are just symptoms of the greatest threat. In my opinion, the greatest threat to the United States of America, to our republic, is those that fund and support our enemies. Those who ignore those shouting death to America and who ignore those that openly plot against us. It's those great elite leaders, those that are in positions of power inside of our own borders, that call for us to have tolerance, acceptance, and empathy for the very people that push strange and wicked ideologies such as wokeness and sexual confusion, that poison our children with drugs and put fear in the hearts of many women. The greatest threat is the party of no common sense, no reason, no love for the people they claim they represent. The party of no soul. The greatest threat to the United States of America is the Democratic Party.
Is that part of the show? Well, I've seen her look in the camera before. Dude, where did she go? Well, it looks like she's coming for you.
the shadows. Justice. Forgot them! I need to go to the Batcave. Batman needs his supplies. Forgot them! Sally the battle! Forgot them!
Big Mama there dropped a nuke on the Democratic Party. Well, get ready for another, because Ecclesiastical Esther here is about to expound upon the excellence of egalitarian entropy. Take a listen.
As we all know, men don't really need much to be happy. A major part of a man's happiness is peace and quiet. Women know this, but most simply can't give it to him, even if they want to be good wives.
Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why.
Why? Because most women can't control their emotions.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So they'd rather damage their relationships than deal with their feelings. This happens in more relationships than we would like to think. If that's not entirely clear, let's look at it this way. Picture this with me. A man being in silence for 1 hour straight. Okay, now let's picture a woman being silent for 1 hour straight. That's right, we can't. That is because most women like to do things day and night until it's time for bed. Because when women are doing random things, they are not doing one very important thing, and that is sitting with their thoughts and emotions. Most men embrace solitude as a chance to reflect on life and make themselves better, while most women would consider this time as torture. I mean, I get it. Hearing what most women think about is pretty painful, right? Of course it is. It is to them as well. That's why, when there is nothing else to do, this type of woman will always stir something up. And having the distraction of the drama takes them further away from their thoughts. Because peace is unbearable for them, she will create some chaotic interaction with him. They will do whatever it takes to not be alone with their thoughts and emotions, even to the point of robbing her husband.
I don't know what y'all think, but that right there got deep fried. There are points of agreement and disagreement within the next and final clip, but the main idea is this. Women are so manly that men are prevented from their masculine roles when in romantic sexual relationships. You see a lot of these types of videos describing male and female interrelational problems associated with their dynamics, but not any solutions. Or the right solution, which is the absolute repudiation of feminism and return to more traditional dynamics.
Baby Jordan says,
cease your degenerate activities and seek the assistance of a mental health professional. Wait a minute, that's not the meme. What is the meme? Future Jordan, tell me the meme. Future Jordan, Future Jordan!
Stop it. Get some help.
We have now taken over the masculine traits of men, which doesn't allow them to be men. I'm coming to a place where I'm going to stand up for the things that keep me out of survival, for the things that keep me out of this masculine of just like feeling the need to do and do and do so it can keep me safe, but it doesn't benefit me in allowing me to be soft. I have these guards up so freaking high that it just defeats the purpose. Being defensive and stuff, it keeps us alone, it keeps us exhausted, it keeps us disconnected, it just keeps all of us out of touch. And we have now taken over the masculine traits of men, which doesn't allow them to be men. it only allows them to be weaker. Now they feel somewhat intimidated, and I get it. Like, we should take a lot of pride, and like, now we have rights, and now we can do the thing that they've once told us that we couldn't do.
Jiminy Christmas! Celebrate the things you were quote-unquote told not to do, but at the same time, you don't want to do the things you were told quote-unquote not to do.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
But there's a very thin line. You gotta also allow men to be men. We're gonna continue to be complaining about these men not being men, but we're not allowing them to be men because we're so in our masculine, and then we make fun of them for being soft sometimes. Like, and now like the roles have reversed, and it just defeats the entire purpose. We should have both yin and yang to like balance each other out.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
The truth, Harry Potter, is that I was black all along.